Hey guys, welcome. We are back. I am Priya, and here is Aarti on the other side. Hey Aarti.
Hi Priya and hello everyone.
So guys, we are again back with yet another topic, and we are very excited to keep continuing this beautiful journey of sharing a lot of things and talking about a lot of topic. So without uh, wasting much time, let's directly go into the topic. And Aarti, what
So
is the topic for
hang on
today?
Priya. Hang on Priya, and just before we go and talk about what we are going to talk about this week, I also like to mention I think 2 weeks we were not there and we were not posting our session. So it was very surprising that so many people actually reached out to us saying that, oh, this is Friday and we haven't seen your video yet. Where is it? Like, is it coming? So it felt nice, and that people were waiting for our videos and people are liking and appreciating it. So thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, it really makes our Friday so exciting that people ask us that where is the video? Why is it not up? So I think that was the push for us to create and continue to create more and more. And thank you so much, guys. So what are we talking about, Aarti?
Okay, so today we are going to talk about a tongue twister topic, which is vulnerability. So it's so surprising that sometimes I'm able to say this word and sometimes I am not. And even like, yeah, so I know being vulnerable and everything, but that's why I told that it's a tongue twister topic for me, but that's fine. So, the reason we thought of doing this topic, guys, is because of late we have been thinking about of late, sorry, we are working on being vulnerable, and we know how powerful that is, and yet how difficult it is, right? So being true to yourself and also being able to express to others how you truly are in every situation, right? So in a nutshell, that's called being vulnerable. And then yeah, so I thought we both have our journeys where we're trying to be vulnerable, and then in some extent we are you know still working on it, but in some cases, yes, we have achieved it, but in some cases we have not. So Priya, would you like to continue?
Yes, 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 Aarti. So before that, I'd like to talk about uh, what vulnerability is and why it is difficult. You know, uh, I remember a few years back, vulnerability. I just used to think that uh, it's a very sad word. Um, if somebody is crying, there are a lot of judgment that why are you crying? Come on, don't make a scene here. Why are you crying? Be strong. If somebody is talking about her or him in public, we always say, ki, "Oh my God, it's another reality show or a PR, technique." So this kind of judgments, it used to be in my reality, and I know that it still exists in a larger way for many people. But then when I started slowly working on when I started learning more about energies and all, what I realized is vulnerability is such a powerful state of mind.
Mm,
It is a state where you are completely you and you are able to show who you truly are in spite of people make judgments, in spite of what others think. the ability to be so comfortable in your own skin and step up and be that person you are, which we somehow look out for. Have you seen places where we say, "Okay, oh my god, this person is fake, why can't they be true to it themselves?" But then we do not accept those people who are being vulnerable, right? So, like, it's a game. You want someone to be vulnerable, yet you cannot even handle people who are being vulnerable.
And
So,
I think, Priya, that's because there are a lot of judgments involved in it, right? So I'm sure, like, while I was trying to practice being vulnerable, especially in my office, I was not like I was taken wrong about it. People judged me, and that's when I realized that, okay, though we talk about being true to ourselves, but then this is not easy because you constantly have a fear of being judged.
yeah, yes,
And at the same time, I have seen people talking in public and being so vulnerable, and at the same time the audience accept them, and that's because of the same reason that they were so true and honest. So
exactly.
I think, yeah. And so, yeah, so I think being vulnerable in office atmosphere is, as per my experience so far, has not been great. Yet I am trying to still figure out in my one of the other ways where I'm just trying to talk to them, understand them. Yeah, but then I think it's when you have people who know what being vulnerable is. So in when they know and when we understand energy, it's so easy, right?
Yes. And how many times, like, we are being told by our parents that, don't tell everything, keep it a secret. And that's what we learn because talking about who you are, there is a point of view where if you talk about who you are, people will take advantage of you, you know and because of which we keep so many secrets which we judge is wrong, and we are not being vulnerable, and how hard it is. So think of a same situation. A person is crying and another person is saying that, don't make a scene, or they're trying to comfort that person. Who is in charge? The person who is crying, because others are actually running around to make the person comfortable. So if you understand this power, you are not only getting the attention that you are seeking for when you are crying, you know and you know that, yeah, that's what is required for me at that specific time. Rather, not saving the cry and making all sorts of negative energy in you, and then the whole day goes bad, and you keep on thinking that, okay, I should have done this during that time, I should have talked like this, I should have behaved like this. The day goes so sad. But when you cry out loud, it's lighter, if I don't consider the judgment that you think it is. No.
True.
And I also want to say about my office. The first time I could recollect when I was being vulnerable was when I reached out to a technical architect, because I'm not a technical person. Although I'm an engineer, I don't like knowing any technical any code. So I reached out to him and I told him that, I really need to understand how this code works, because I need to write my own. I need to do my own work. And the best part was, he didn't judge me, which I thought he would. Okay. And he took around like 2 hours to explain in a very simple English the entire structure of the software. Okay. But if it was few years back, I wouldn't even reach out to him, considering that if I say, the person will think I know nothing, and I wouldn't have, know the entire software and how contributing it is for the next, few years to drive the entire project. Just because I had that 2 hours of time and I was being vulnerable that I don't know coding, please help me out. So that's the beauty of being vulnerable. If you really, um, if you really need something, if you really accept who you are, if you have, if there are certain things which is good, which is a potential in you, of course there are certain things you might not be there as of now. You might need help to, I mean, overall, stop thinking that you have to be perfect in everything,
Yeah.
right?
True. So, yeah, the example which you just told for it was just the complete opposite. So when I told my team members that, I don't know in particular things, so they judged me because yes, I was their manager. So they thought that a manager should know everything, but that's not the case. I was judged, and then it took me a long time to again to be in a position where I'm okay and still accept myself, because then I was trying to hide myself, trying to figure out information on my own, but at the same time I knew I was lying, right? But yes, so when you are being judged, it takes time for you to go back to a space of being true to ourselves. And it's so funny, we are so used to not being true to ourselves that even when we are sitting alone, we can't talk to ourselves, because over the years we have lost being what is true for us. We do not know, right? So I remember I was having one of like a discussion, and someone asked me that a particular question, and I knew that if even if I talk to that person, he won't judge me, but still I was not able to. And then he asked me, Aarti, whom are you lying? So do you know you aren't true to yourself also at this point in time? And I was like, oh my God. Like the fear of judgment was so high in me that even I know that the person right in front of me will not judge me irrespective of what I say and what I do, but still I didn't have that courage. So yes, I know there are times when you are okay to, and there are times when you are not, when you judge yourselves a lot and when you can't be true to yourself. But I think most importantly, before we step out and do anything, we should first practice to be true to ourselves, like what we really like. Even if I don't like Priya, I may not be telling on your face, but internally I should, sorry to take your name, Priya. But then, but then I think it's I know that I should not be lying to myself. And when I start practicing not to lie myself, that's when I can practice it at other different things.
Yes, exactly. And in addition to this, the first the example that you have given, where people think that a manager should know more than their teammates. So there's a beautiful quote which says that if you really want to have a good team, you got to hire someone who are better than you. Okay, because if you are better than them, how will the team make your work successful? Why are you hiring a team for if you want to be the best out of them? Okay, so I have faced interviews where interviewers were taking my interview to show that I am superior to you, so you better respect me. That's when I'll hire you. But there are interviewers who were really amazed by the ideas that I brought into the table.
True, very true, Priya. And I think there are still certain companies. So I do believe that whatever you have said, uh, people have like certain companies are practicing it, but I think most majority of the organization culture is not like that. So we still have a long way to go there. And what best to start it from when you are building your own team.
Exactly. Actually, that's a very good way to start, especially for if you guys are all the managers who are watching, or all the entrepreneurs, all the leaders. If you guys are watching, try to hire someone who are better than you. It will not make you small. Okay, if you are building a team who is high performing team, you must get people who are better than you, because that's when they will drive the team. Otherwise, you will take everything on you and you will end up um, not in a good position. You'll end up doing everyone's work.
And I think having better people around you also gives you that push to do better, right? So
Exactly.
I'm learning a lot from you, and every time you do something, I have to push my bar. Like, okay, now what? Now more. So it's like it's you also tend to work on it when people around you are working. Like, I'm not saying that you are not working previously, but I think it's more of the effort that you are putting it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Can you imagine how the topic from vulnerability it shifted to how to be a leader?
Well, if you want to, as you said, if you want to be a good leader, you need to learn well, like how to be vulnerable. So yes,
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
interrelated.
yeah.
You
I
cannot
think
lie and run a team. That's where, like, this thing is so crystal clear in my mind that you cannot lead a team on lies. And
exactly.
if at all you are, then the empire will fall sooner or later.
Yeah. By the way, Aarti and I are doing a call on how to be a leader. And you guys can reach out to us. So I thought since this topic came up, I should just tell it out. So, so yes, guys. So this is one aspect of examples where if you really accept the good, the bad, the ugly part of you, which is actually not the good, the bad, the ugly, it's the definition which people put on you, and you are being completely vulnerable to yourself, you will be able to, you know, be you in front of everyone. And sooner or later, they will accept the way you are, or they will just go away, which you anyway didn't want it to be.
Yes.
So, Aarti, is there anything, any memes that you would like to share on vulnerability before we end this call?
So as such, nothing, as because we already have covered everything. So just one thing, and that I have been saying it again and again, is start by being true to yourself, and that's the first step of being vulnerable. So do that, and yes, so once you are true to yourself, you can mirror everywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you everyone for asking us to create another video. And I'm sure you guys will be watching this. You can reach out to us for more information on vulnerability, and also the leadership call, which we talked about. And yeah, thank you so much. Take
Thank
care.
you. Have a
Bye.
great day. Bye bye.